check out the Spanish Colombian accent.
Hola amigos, acabo de encontrar mi primer estudiante de salsa.
That's so cool. What up everybody, it's your boy Josel and I'm here with another video, and this video is about how I got an Instagram model to go on a date with me, right? And I know most of you, like a lot of you, might not be able to relate, but I'm gonna show you how I actually got the confidence to actually get to this point, so you eventually later down the line you can do the same, right? But before I start this video, you guys, you know what to do, man. Before you start watching this, you give it a like right now because I'm getting way too few likes on my videos. I met the girl at a group interview. So I applied for a job, got the interview, and it was like a group interview. One guy, which was me, and a bunch of girls. And I noticed that there was a really pretty one, which was the Instagram model, right? And I didn't think much of her. I just thought like, I'm here to do like a job interview, man. I'm not after, girls, right? But the time it changed is when she gave me that one look. There's a specific look that girls give you that kind of shows that you make them nervous, that kind of shows that they're interested in you. It's the way they break eye contact, right? If you make, in my course, like link down below, I kind of describe eye contact. I explain different ways of eye contact, right? And if a girl breaks eye contact in a way that indicates that she's nervous, if she's nervous, that's what you want, right? Then you know, like, yeah, she's on it. So she gave me that look where she actually like broke eye contact really fast, like really nervously. And I thought like, I might have a shot with that. And because I knew she found me attractive, I was like, okay, might as well try. So after the interview, I kind of walked out and she was like walking next to me, and I told her, and I started like a conversation. I struck up a conversation. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I didn't get the job, right? And that kind of got the conversation going because she was like, no, I thought you were really good. I'm pretty sure I didn't get the job. Like bullshit chat, right? We started walking out of the building, we started talking and walking, and I kept the conversation going by making her talk the most, right? And if you want to know how to do that, I'm gonna put a card up here, right? I knew that she was on it, And here's the key thing to note, right? If you're walking with a girl that is really attractive and you don't know her, how do you know that she wants you to walk with her, right? Because if she doesn't want you to walk with her and you still walk with her, then you become creepy. I'm gonna show you a little trick where you know whether she actually wants you to walk with her, and that is by actually pacing. If you walk slower than the girl and she matches your speed, right, your walking speed, then it's like an indication that yes, she wants to talk to you, right? If you walk slower than the girl and she actually keeps on walking fast, right, then you gotta let her go, because that means she doesn't want to talk to you and you're kind of forcing it, right? So obviously, as we're talking about the interview, I was kind of transitioning the conversation to like different things, like where she's from. She was from Colombia and she had a big ass and everything, right? And I noticed she matched my speed, so I was like, okay, cool, let's on it, right? And we talked for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so. And it turned out that I actually had to go to the train station and turn direction, like go on our separate ways. But just before you actually go your separate way for somebody, ask for their contacts, build enough rapport, right, to ask for their contacts. So I asked for her contacts. I said, hey, have you got Instagram, right? And then she kind of like, she said, yeah, I've got Instagram. I looked at Instagram, she's got like 45,000 followers on Instagram. I was like, yeah, she's definitely an Instagram model, right? And I was like, okay, let me check this out. If she's an Instagram model, that would make an amazing video topic, right? So since I already got her Instagram, I try to take it a step further. I asked her, so what you doing now? Do you want to grab something to eat? And here's the thing though, like I might have asked in a confident way, but there's no way in hell I thought that she would say yes, right? Because I don't know, man, like you never know. But the only difference between me and most guys is that should I get rejected by asking somebody out, I know I can handle it because I've got the armor of rejection. Video up here if you want to know how to actually increase your confidence and tolerance for rejection. And yeah, so she said actually yes, and I was like, okay, cool, bet. I googled like a restaurant, we went to a Thai place, and we just like ordered food, right? And she was sitting opposite towards me, like she was sitting opposite of me, and I tell you guys all the time to never ever ever on a date sit opposite another girl, because it's too much tension, you know, like it's too much tension to keep the conversation going, and you can't really draw from other sources of environment because it's just you and her and it's too much pressure, right? Since I'm a professional, I knew what to do, you know. I kind of made her talk more than I did, and there was even a point where she said, usually I'm not very social, but you're making me very social today. And to be fair, the date went pretty good. Like, the conversation was flowing. There was not once an awkward silence. The silences felt natural. If you're part of my course, you know how I did it. Link is in the description below. How to make awkward silence feel natural and like you guys are like old friends kind of thing. When the conversation was just about to turn dead, right? I kind of like chipped in small jokes, right? Small jokes, but charming jokes, right? A lot of times guys get like nervous around girls and they kind of try to become goofballs, you know, make jokes all the time and become a dancing monkey in a way. But the jokes that I'm talking about are charming, cocky, funny jokes, right? For example, during dinner, I told her, you know what? It's pretty cool. You're like the first Colombian girl that I actually talked to, you know? And she says like, really? Maybe now you can tick it off your bucket list. And when she said that, I looked at her and I said, no, not yet. And it was so smooth, it was so funny. You could even hear like people adjacent to our table, like outsiders, laughing at the joke that I just made. She was laughing too, everybody was laughing because it's funny. It's, even though you kind of crossing the boundaries, since it's funny, it kind of like has a double effect. It makes her laugh and it makes her shows her that you're confident. But yeah, man, the date was really good. But where it turned south is when I asked her, can you cook? And when I asked her, can you cook? All of a sudden she switched up into like feminism mode. Into like, oh, I'm an independent woman, I might not be able to cook, but I don't need a man. You know, like, I don't trust men, I don't need a man, I don't need to cook for him, and that kind of shit, right? At that moment, man, I got a big headache. Like, in my head, I was thinking, you know what? That's the last time I'm gonna see you, bitch. And that's where she kind of like realized that she overreacted a bit, you know, with a feminism vibe. But still, in my head, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna deal with any bullshit like that. In fact, I don't even like you. I'm just doing it for footage, YouTube footage. You get me, right? So I paid the bill. She gave me a hug and I left, right? Even though she was not what I was looking for, the date still happened, right? And most guys don't really find the courage or the confidence to actually date higher tier models or higher tier girls, right? And I'm gonna tell you how I actually started off getting the confidence to actually feel entitled, to actually put somebody in that place, to approach an attractive girl, or to even decide that an attractive girl is not for me. If there's a girl that has an attitude and that is not aligned with your values, but she's beautiful, like, at least, man, like, have some self-respect, ditch her and move on, right? But all of this you can't do, one, if you never really had a girlfriend, or two, if you don't really have the basic of social skills down, you know? Like, I'm talking right now about like the pinnacle of social skills, which is talking to girls, right? Talking to girls, your social skills will diminish when you talk to girls because it's like there's an additional factor, which is like the attraction factor. Here's the thing, what you gotta do is, if you're still a virgin and if you have never really kissed a girl or anything like that, you gotta start somewhere, you know? My problem was that I was really shy with girls myself, and the way I started is by going to girls that looked like Shrek, right? I would practice with female friends, I would practice with unattractive girls that were literally zeros, right? And sometimes I would get caught by my friends and they would say, you messed with that girl? What were you even thinking? You know? And that's the thing, you know, I never really, like, I practiced with girls that I wasn't attracted to just to get the experience, you know? Because if you never have the experience, then when a girl that you really like comes along, you still won't have the experience and you will fuck it up, right? So what I decided to do is to actually make sure that I lose my virginity. I practiced with a girl that I didn't find attractive at all, you know, like how to kiss, how to do all the things, right? And then the next time I felt confident because I had experience, you know? Now, let's say, okay, for those who don't agree with my method, it doesn't matter, it's fine, you can ignore me and still stay a virgin. But imagine you start a new job, you have no experience, and there's these heavy machines, right? And you know, like everybody is like in a rush, and all your workmates know what to do. You're the only one who's like got no experience. Not only would you overthink things, not only will you feel awkward, not only will you think that people are looking at you, not only will you feel inappropriate and inadequate, but you won't get the job done, right? I know it because I started a job last week that where I was exactly in that same position, right? Couple weeks down the line, I was transferred to another job that had the same dynamics, the same things, the same everything, right? But this time I had experience. This time I was not overthinking. I was walking more straight. I was looking people in the eye. When people were talking, I didn't think they were talking about me because I knew, oh, I've got experience. I know what I'm doing, right? That's like a classical analogy. But with girls are the only ones that judge you for not having experience and that judge you for having experience, right? If you date a lot of girls, if you're a player, you're a player, right? If you don't date a lot of girls, you're an incel, right? Girls will judge you, right? So I would rather recommend you to actually practice with people who you're not attracted to, you know, where the anxiety is not that high, get the experience, and the next time you meet somebody who ends up to be a 3 instead of a 0, then at least you know what to do. And that's half of the anxiety. Do you know what I'm saying? And the problem, I've written a blog about it, by the way. You can go down below in the description to actually like read more in detail, right? But the problem with most guys, and the problem with me, that's why I lost my virginity like at 18, right? Is because either we take sex way too serious and want to do it with a girl that is like the perfect girl, the dream girl. Let me just update you. In today's society, this is bullshit. Sex is just overrated and it's casual. You know, people take it as casual. Maybe back then it was something sacred, but it's not sacred anymore. The second thing is maybe ego. You know, like you feel that, you know, like you think you can do better and shit, right? No, you can't. If you're a virgin, you need to take everything you can get, right? And practice with low stakes situations, low girls, because in that way, if you fuck up, it doesn't really matter, but you will know where you went wrong for the next girl, who might be like a 3, right? And when the right girl comes along, you will know what to do. And the last thing, and which is like the worst thing, let me think, guys don't want to be judged. So if you have like an unattractive girl, you're scared that your friends might judge you. In fact, a lot of times you can just do it in secret, you know, like nobody has to know, you know, like it's your own private life. So you know, you don't need to like broadcast that you fucked a 3 or you fucked a 2, right? In that way, you increase your confidence. You know, once you do a 3, once you learn and feel comfortable talking to a 3, you can practice on a 4 and so on and so on. And eventually there will come a point where you have like talked or slept with a 10, you know, and whenever you deal with a 9 or an 8, like the Colombian girl, you think to yourself, you know what, I had it better, you know, and I know I can do better, so I'm not taking your shit, right? You kind of like develop the arrogance, you kind of develop the confidence to actually have standards, right? And note, nothing physically might have changed about you, but it's just the mindset, it's just the confidence that you gain out of it, right? For example, if you for the first time went for a marathon, right? 5Ks, looking back, right? 5Ks might have looked a lot to you, but like after the marathon, 5Ks, running 5Ks is nothing, right? And that's how I actually built my confidence in actually doing the things that I'm doing currently. And I hope you gain something out of this. If you're really interested, read the blog below that I've posted in my on my website, and you can learn more about it. So just to summarize, man, don't develop that confidence, practice with low stakes situations, practice in low stakes situations. Don't take sex too seriously, or don't take talking or kissing a girl too seriously, because it will haunt you. Because if you do it and then eventually a girl that you really like comes along, right, then you'll become even more nervous because you never really had the experience, and you might even mess it up and then lose the girl that you actually like. So I would rather recommend you to actually go through my course, right, which I'll put the link in below, or go through my YouTube videos, master every single step that I cover, right, so that you're confident with girls that you're not attracted to, or confident and comfortable with guys, talking to guys and interacting with guys, and then you can actually look for girls. because not mastering any of those steps could crush you. For example, if you don't know how to take rejection, or if you can't assert yourself, if you can't take a no for an answer, right, because it crushes you, then when a girl gives you attitude or asks you to be her doormat, you will crumble. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really like to cover like how to deal with girls videos, because I know most of you guys have social anxiety and it's like far beyond a lot of your scope. But because it's entertaining, I get the most views out of it, you know, like I decided to cover it this one time. I hope you do enjoy the video. Let me know, man. The only way I can know is by you guys commenting below and liking the video. And I see you next week. I'm out.